Hi guys! Today I wanted to check in on the products that I said I wanted to use up in 2024. As you know, I'm not doing a dedicated project pan this year. I'm not doing updates. Really just wanted to give myself a break from that kind of pressure and just enjoy my makeup collection because I had been panning basically continuously for like 7 years, and I don't really think that's necessary for anybody to do. I was definitely starting to get kind of tired of it, and I just wanted to see what my makeup usage looks like when I'm not panning. So it's been a lot of fun. I really also wanted to experiment and see how many products I naturally use up in a year. So at the start of 2024, I did a video where I shared 19 things that I wanted to try and use up or hit pan on this year. So today we're going to do a full face, revisiting these products, mainly just to check in on these things, even though I'm not doing monthly updates. Since we're halfway through the year, I just wanted to see where I am on these products, also just remind myself about these products because sometimes things can kind of just get lost in the shuffle. Also, yes, I did get a haircut. I got it cut a week ago, and I already feel like it's grown so much since then. Maybe that's all in my head, but I got like a chin length bob, but honestly I'm thinking I could have gotten it just a little bit shorter because I can feel it getting to that awkward shoulder length. But this is the haircut I got. I really like it. It feels so nice, especially in the summer heat. It's just nice to not have it on my neck. I also got curtain bangs, which have been nice, but they are hard to style. So I don't know, I'm still getting the hang of those. But anyway, first to just update you on some numbers. There were 19 things on the list. I have now used up 3 of those things. I've also hit 3 new pans, and I decluttered 2 of them in my declutter series that just wrapped up. I also wanted to add a few things to the list that I think I could probably use up this year that I would just kind of like to start making progress towards that. So one thing I hit pan on is this mini of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I did say that my goal with this was to use it up this year, so I still think I could do that. This is just the mini, so there's not a ton in here. So I think I want to make this my daily primer because I actually think this is one of the best primers to wear with sunscreen because I really like to pat it into my skin rather than rub it in. And so because of that, I feel comfortable wearing it on top of sunscreen, whereas things like the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip or any kind of more serum-y primer, I really don't like wearing those over sunscreen. A lot of times they just don't interact well with sunscreen, but this is actually a good primer for summertime. I like it because it does fill in my pores and just smooth out my skin. I kind of use a lot of it. Like I like just really targeting it anywhere on my face where I have either fine lines or pores. I even like to put it on my under eyes. So yeah, I need to get back in the habit of using this like every day because it's an easy thing to incorporate, and I would love to empty this year. I had 2 foundations on my list of things I wanted to finish. One of them I have finished. It's the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint, which is good because that did expire earlier this year. So that is done. The next one that I would like to use up is the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. I think I bought this at the exact same time as the Ilia foundation in 2022, but this one doesn't have an expiration date on it. I mean, it says it has a 9-month period after opening, but I don't usually pay attention to those things, even though I probably should. This doesn't have sunscreen in it though, so I'm not as concerned about using it up by the expiration date. But it is my oldest foundation, so it's the next one I want to finish. I love this foundation. Okay, but one thing that has changed in my makeup usage since I stopped panning is I don't use as much product. And it's not that I felt like panning was making me intentionally overuse product, but when you're panning and when you're actively trying to use things up, it's very easy to fall into the trap of just using a little bit more product than you really need. So now that I'm not as fixated on using up products, I really don't use as much foundation, and I have found that, guess what? My skin looks way better when I wear less foundation. So not no foundation. I still love wearing foundation, but I just don't need as much of it. So whereas I used to use a full pump of this or any foundation, now I use half a pump. And I just think my skin looks so much better when I just have less product on it. So that has been one thing that has changed for me. And I really think it's a direct result of not actively panning. So even if that means I'm using up fewer products in a year, that's fine with me, because the whole point of makeup is to like how I look when I'm done, you know? I actually think that's been a really nice change for me. And I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody who project pans, like you might not have had that problem, but for me, I don't know, like I get, whenever I'm panning, I get so excited to see progress that I honestly end up just like accidentally using too much product. Oh, that foundation is so pretty. I love the finish of it. Beautiful, glowy, but not greasy looking. It just looks like really healthy, juicy skin, especially when I don't use too much of it. So I did have one concealer on my list, and it was the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Buff, which I ended up decluttering because I just kind of came to terms with the fact that I didn't love that concealer, and I have other concealers that I like way more. So instead today I'm going to use my NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum, which is my absolute favorite. If I can only have one concealer, this will be it. It's actually kind of like the LYS foundation in concealer form. They're both serum products, which I've also come to find that I love any kind of complexion product that has serum in the name. Typically, I end up really liking those. I think my cats must come in here in the night when I'm sleeping and rub all over my brushes, because I will come in here in the morning and there will just be hair, cat hair, all over my brushes. And I know who it is. It's Heidi. This is Heidi's hair. She is the one that must be coming in here, and I don't know what she's doing, just scrounging around. I actually had a lot of bronzers that I wanted to either use up or hit pan on. One of them I did end up decluttering, the Soul Body Bronzing Balm in Fair, but 3 of them I still have. One of them I did hit my goal on. This is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I didn't necessarily want to finish this year, but I just wanted to hit pan, and I did hit pan on this like a couple months ago. So that's really exciting. I would say this is really not too hard to hit pan on in my experience. Then I also wanted to use up my Oma Beauty contour stick in White Pearl, and I have not been using this very much, but there is not a lot left of this, so I just need to start using this, and I really think if I just start using it more regularly, I can finish it up. I can at least finish this side this year. I don't think I'll finish the highlight side this year because there's a lot left of that. I am going to use both of those today though. And then I also wanted to maybe hit pan on the Fenty bronzer in the shade Into Sun, which this isn't quite as high of a priority to me just because this isn't that old. I've only had it for like a year, but I just thought it would be nice to see a pan in this. I do think I'm close to hitting pan. Like I can see the rings kind of starting to show. So let's use this Oma contour stick. I really do love this contour stick. It's such a pretty tone. That still blends out so quickly and easily. I've had this for 4 years now. This is 4 years old, so it definitely is time to start using it up. Start using it up. I've actually had this in past project pans as well. This has been a work in progress for a while. But what I'm saying is it's 4 years old and it still blends so beautifully. Like, it's just such an easy cream product. I'm also going to apply some of the highlight to my cheekbones. And let's do my nose too. This is a really dewy highlight. So pretty. Oh my gosh, this is such a pretty product. I think they're actually now selling these individually, so you can buy the contour by itself and the highlight by itself, which I actually really prefer, just because I don't like when I have dual-ended products and I use up one side before the other. It's just kind of annoying. I would just rather have them separate. So I actually really like that they have changed that. I don't know if you can still buy the dual-ended version. You might be able to find it on like Nordstrom Rack or something. Sometimes you just find it random places, but yeah. Cute. Okay, for blush, I had 2 cream blushes that I wanted to hit pan on this year. Neither one has pan yet. We have the Milani Cheek Kiss cream blush in Nude Kiss and the Tower 28 cream blush in Magic Hour. Both of these have dips in them, and I really don't think the pan is too far off, especially in the Milani blush. So I'm gonna use the Milani. Actually, what do I want to use today? Let's actually use both of these. I think this will be a nice like sun-kissed blush look. I'm gonna put the Milani one kind of higher up on my cheek, and then the Tower 28 one more on like the apples of my cheek and across the nose. So here's Milani. I love this shade. It's so pretty. And then here is Tower 28, Magic Hour. Ooh. Okay. It's kind of a lot. I'm gonna powder, so it won't be this intense. Yeah, going for a very sunburnt blush look today, which I love in the summertime. I'll even put a little bit up here because I feel like I still have some extra on my brush. Really love both of these. Now that I decluttered my blush collection, hopefully I can get more use out of these. I just had way too much blush. I think I started with like 28 and I'm now down to, now I don't remember. I might be down to like 20 or 19 now, which is still a lot, but I'm just feeling a lot less overwhelmed with my collection now, and I'm just excited to use the things that I kept, because everything I kept I really love, and so hopefully I can just start to see more use in these products. Okay, I'm just color correcting with the NYX Pro Fix Stick. I didn't have any powders that I specifically wanted to use up, just because I use up powder naturally anyway. So today I'm just using my Makeup Revolution translucent baking powder, and then on the rest of my face I'm using the Essence Brighten Up Banana powder. I was going to use the Fenty bronzer as well, but I feel sufficiently bronzed as it is, so we'll skip that today. I did have one highlighter that I wanted to hit pan on this year. This is the Athr Beauty Crushed Diamond Highlighter in Pink Diamond Dust. Athr Beauty has actually brought back some of their products. I was really hoping they would bring these back, but they did not. I have such a big dip in here, but I don't know where the pan is. It's somewhere in there. I know it. Super sparkly and glistening. Really pretty for summer. Yeah, I've got to get back to using this too. I've been wearing a little bit less highlighter lately, but this is reminding me I really do love highlighter, so I should definitely bring this out. Then I had two rose gold cream eyeshadows that I wanted to try and use up this year. The e.l.f. No Budge eyeshadow stick in rose gold, and the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in rose gold. I actually feel like I've used the Charlotte Tilbury one a lot more this year, so today I'm going to use the e.l.f. I'm just going to lay this down as my base. This does feel like it's drying out a little bit, but I mean, it still looks pretty. That is such a pretty shade just by itself. But I am going to also use my Norvina palette today because I didn't have any specific goals. Well, actually, no, I did. There was one more shade that I wanted to hit pan on in here, which is Incense, and I did hit pan on that earlier this year. So I've hit pan on every shade in here that I think I'm going to. I also wanted to hopefully use up the shade Base. And honestly, I think I could also use up Dazzling. There's not that much left in there. It's really just like a ring around the pan. But my plan with this was just to use it as much as I could this year and then retire it at the end of the year because this is getting really old. I definitely think the shades are not performing quite like they used to. I think I'm gonna do something kind of rosy today. I'm gonna go in with the shade Love, the pink, and work that through my crease. Then on a pencil brush, I'm gonna go in with the shade Volatile. And I'm just going to smudge that in the outer corner of my upper lash line. Alright, then let's take some of Dazzling, which is this really pretty like foiled taupe shade. And I'm just packing that in like the outer half of my lid. Alright, back to my crease brush, I'm just blending. Then I'm going to take some of Rose Gold, and that is going to go on the inner half of my lid. Then I'm going to pop some of Wild Child in my inner corner, this pink shimmer. Alright, then just to clean up, I'm going in with the shade Base on my brow bone. Then I'm also just taking this around the outer corner to clean up. I think I actually want to use the e.l.f. eyeshadow stick as liner here. This is just going to be the perfect smudgy but not too dark liner. Yeah, really pretty. Okay, I did have 3 CoverGirl eyeliners that I wanted to try to use up this year. I don't think I'm going to use any of these today because I'm just happy with the look as it is. First was the CoverGirl Exhibitionist 24-Hour Kohl Eyeliner in black. This is definitely getting smaller, but I really don't use black liner very often. And then I also had my 2 remaining CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus liners in Midnight Blue and Gray Khaki. There's no way to know how much is left in here because you can't twist these up or else they won't go back down. So I still have them. I I really don't use eyeliner very often, so if I don't finish these this year, that's fine. But hopefully I can just use them as much as possible. Neither of these were originally on the list, but I did want to add 2 setting sprays. Both of these are minis. This is my oldest setting spray. It's the Urban Decay All Nighter, and it really doesn't sound like there's that much left in here. And then I also have this JLo Beauty Glow and Get It Nutrient Rich Hydrating Mist. Today I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter because it is supposed to be pretty hot today, so this hopefully will help keep my makeup in place. And last but not least, I had 3 lip products that I wanted to finish this year, and I'm happy to say I've already finished 2 of them. 2 glosses. So first one, this was in my last empties video, it's the Tower 28 lip gloss in Pistachio. So happy to have this finished. I did take the stopper out of here and just used up everything that I could get out. And then most recently, I finished the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in Champagne Glam. This one I didn't end up having to take out the stopper. This is actually the second one of these e.l.f. lip plumping glosses I've used up, and it's actually really easy to get everything out. I mean, I think there's like a tiny bit left, but I don't feel like I need to go to the trouble of taking the stopper out. I mean, it's looking pretty empty. So really happy to have both of those finished. Those were 2 of my oldest glosses. I also wanted to finish the BK Beauty Everlast lip liner in Warm Spice. I really think of this as more of a fall lip liner, but I definitely think I can finish this up this fall, especially if I use it as both a lip liner. Is this not twisting down? Oh, I guess it came loose from the bottom, but that's fine. Especially if I use this as both a blush and a lip liner, I don't think this will be hard to use up at all. But I will use that today. Because I've been on such a roll using up glosses, I have a few more that I want to try to finish up this year. So first up is the Minori lip gloss in the shade Cozy. My secret to using up lip glosses is that I keep at least one in my bathroom on my little skincare tray so that throughout the day I'll just throw some on. If you like work outside the house, maybe you would keep it on like your desk at work or in your purse just to have with you on the go. So the one I added into my bathroom once I finished up the e.l.f. was this Minori gloss, and I mean there's a little bit coating the sides, but it is mostly settled right down here. So there's definitely not a lot left in here. How much does this come with? 0.11 fluid ounces, which is actually a little bit less than the Tower 28 lip gloss. This one came with 0.13. And I'm not sure how much the e.l.f. came with because it doesn't have it on the packaging, but I think the e.l.f. was also around there, around like 0.1 something. So this one won't be too hard to finish. The other 2 glosses I want to try to finish because these are getting really old. These are the Kopari lip glossies. I have 2 shades, Sunset Kiss and Birthday Suit. So I've been keeping Birthday Suit in my purse and Sunset Kiss in my bathroom as well. So I've just been kind of alternating between these 2, whichever one I'm in the mood for, whichever one goes with my look for the day. I kind of just go back and forth. The Kopari lip glossy is really like a lip gloss, lip oil, and lip balm all in one. I don't feel like the shine lasts on my lips very long. So whenever I do have this on, I find myself reapplying it pretty often because I just want to keep that nice moisturized feeling on my lips. I do enjoy these, but I do just wish the shine lasted a little bit longer. But at the same time, I'm a lot more likely to reapply these pretty often. So these come with 0.35 ounces each, so they come with a lot of product compared to these kinds of lip glosses. So we'll see if I can use these up this year. Sunset Kiss is definitely running pretty low. I do think I have a little bit more of Birthday Suit left, but really want to finish these. I have used up a Kopari lip glossy in the past. It was the clear one, but that one I was using as like my nighttime lip balm, so I guess I wasn't reapplying it as often though since it was my nighttime lip balm. But anyway, for today's look, I am going to go in with a little bit of this BK Beauty lip liner. And then to go over that, let's do Minori Cozy. This is also a very balmy lip gloss. It's not very glossy or thick. It actually feels more like a lip oil. And this is another one that doesn't last that long on lips because it's not a very thick gloss. So it's also definitely one that I will reapply often. Okay, so that's my full face of makeup that I wanted to use up this year. I definitely don't think I will be able to finish or hit pan on all of these things, but let me just do some predictions. I think I will finish the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I don't think I'll finish the LYS foundation this year, but I think, because I'm only like halfway through it right now, but I think I'll probably get like 2/3 of the way done with this. I do think I'll finish that Oma contour stick just because, I mean, there's like hardly anything there. I'm gonna go ahead and keep a positive outlook on this Milani blush. I do think I will hit pan on this year. Especially now that I've decluttered my blush collection, I have fewer blushes. I'll be able to focus on this one more. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to hit pan on the Tower 28 one this year, but it's definitely worth trying. Again, I'm trying to keep a positive outlook, but I do think I'll hit pan on the Athr highlight. I mean, this has such a huge dip, and just using it again today, I'm so excited to use this more. Like, I've fallen back in love with this. And I also think I'll hit pan eventually this year on the Fenty bronzer, just because this is my favorite bronzer ever. Not feeling as optimistic about the eyeliners and the cream eyeshadows. I'll just make as much progress on them as I make, and that'll be that. I do think I'll finish, or at least come very close to finishing, both of these mini setting sprays. And I also think I'll finish the BK Beauty lip liner and the Minori lip gloss. And probably the Kapari Sunset Kiss lip glossy, but just maybe not Birthday Suit. That one might have to be one that I finish next year, but we'll see. We'll see. I just wanted to check in on all these things, see where I am, and just remind myself that these products exist and that I want to use them at least as much as I can this year, even if I don't hit pan or use up every single one. Just want to keep things, like, even though I'm not actively panning, I still want to use up products. Let me know down below if you keep track. How many makeup products have you finished in 2024 so far? I would love to know. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you had fun, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. If you want more content from me, I do also have a Patreon and a channel membership where I upload an extra vlog and makeup video every month. So I'd love to see you over there as well. Otherwise, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye!